Public Works come to order. We move with item 15, it's a resolution to reject the bid for Pro Electric Corporation for furnishing and installing the electrical work on the city of West Allis street lighting circuits F-1 at L4 as part of 2019 project number 2 of the amount of $599,000. I believe it's budgeted. So,
Move for approval to reject.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. We move forward with item 16, resolution to approve the bid of TMI Coating Corporation for removal, packaging, handling, transportation, disposal of lead containing material and lead contaminated material, followed by painting of exterior exposed surfaces, including surface preparation, priming, the finished coats, and all incidental item necessary to complete to work in accordance with the plan specification of West Allis Farmers Market located 6501 West National Avenue, West Allis, for the amount $426,400.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favors?
Aye.
The ayes have it.
This was bid all, wasn't it? Mr. Chair?
Yes.
This was bid all, wasn't it?
Yes,
Pete?
Yeah, it's all
two
bid.
bids. The other bid was quite high, this bid was reasonable. We're trying to get it done before the centennial year starts, so I think that kind of upped the price.
Yes.
Because I had one painter call and say, you know, if I could do it in June, July, and August, that could be a lot cheaper. I said, well, this is our centennial year, and we're not gonna do that, so. So yeah, we probably are paying a little bit more to get it done sooner, but I think it's still a decent price.
Depends on the weather, too.
Right, yeah, and it has to be about 50 degrees. They can remove the paint in March, but it does have to be above 50 degrees to paint for like 3 hours. So I hope that, you know, the end of April or early May, we'll have at least some days where they can paint it. So yes, it is dependent on the weather.
Any further questions? Okay, we move forward with item 17, the resolution relative to accept the proposal of Vermeer, Wisconsin Furnishing and deliver one new Vermeer horizontal directional drill model number D20X22 series third, including Vermeer model MX125 gas engine DCI-F5 Falcon LCD display, new 12 tons looking trailer to each fluted reamers, 3 years warranty coverage with maintenance, dealer freight, and preparation for total sum $208,215.55. I believe it's budgeted. So any discussions?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
can we use this for anything other than electrical?
Yes, any of the underground type
Any underground?
utilities.
Okay,
yep,
that's what I was
that
wondering.
Would have the boring capabilities,
so-
so it could be conduit to,
Yeah, fiber optic.
telecommunications.
Fiber, we are gonna run
Some-
fiber to the farmer's market eventually. That's another job.
Yep, good point. So this is a larger piece of equipment, it's replacing.
We
our
have, it's the
current
first time
one.
we've had one, but isn't that the boring machine?
This is much larger. The one that we did have was pre-owned in 2004, and it's kind of seen its last days. But this one is longer. You can do longer runs. Dave Young, our electrical superintendent, just want to introduce him to the committee tonight. But
Plus, forestry was talking about using it for irrigation lines at the library.
Ah,
so
super.
the
I think
replace-
it's
So there's
great.
multiple
Great
uses,
idea,
and
yeah.
that, the more uses you can get out of something, the better, obviously. I move for approval.
Second.
All in favors?
Do we have,
Go ahead.
discussion?
Sure.
Do we have people that know how to use it?
Yes.
You.
You can instruct Dave how to use it.
And with the machine, they'll receive training and operation, and we'll do cross-training, throughout the
This is so
electrical.
we can do the work in-house,
Correct.
correct?
Yep.
Now we
Yes.
have master electricians that know how to use it.
Move it right down.
trying to get maintenance repairs to learn how to use that machine. And I'll reduce costs, so,
So in the long run, they'll save money.
correct.
That's the name of the game. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any further questions? All in favors?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Then we move ahead with item 18. This is communications from city engineer regarding driveway permits application 551 South Curtis Road.
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favors?
Aye.
I have it. That's a communications. So you made the motion, right, Tom?
Yeah.
You second, right, Rosalie? Okay. We move forward with item 19, resolution to confirm the adopted report of city engineer containing the schedule of proposed assessment for improvement for the general area bounded by South 84th Street, 1894, North City Limit, Union Pacific Railroad, miscellaneous replacement or repair concrete sidewalk and driveway, selected locations. Any discussions?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favors?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, I have it. Okay. Now we have item 20. Is a resolution, final resolution to authorize public improvement by miscellaneous replacement, repair, concrete, sidewalk, driveway, selected location in general area bounded by South 84th Street and 1894 North City Limit to Union Pacific Railroad, Levi special assessment against benefited properties.
Move for
Any-
approval.
Second.
Yeah.
Second? Okay, Alderman Martin. Let's take a second. There's not any further discussions, anything more?
Got to vote on that.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm asking. All in favors?
Aye.
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 Yeah, I have it. Move to adjourn?
Mr. Chair.
Oh, you got one to say.
And then we had
Minutes.
Oh, the minutes, yeah, the
two items, Mr. Chair.
Move for approval of the minutes of various meetings.
Second.
All in favors?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, I have it. Any further questions? To adjourn?
Nope, you got this one.
Oh, we got the last one. Discussion regarding capital improvement program, street light. I know, I thought we gotta talk about that one day. Go ahead.
Well, so we're gonna try doing it in-house. If it looks, I have cost estimates if you wanna see it. The bid was $599,000. We calculated with Peggy's help, it was about $278 to do it in-house, but we'll keep track of the numbers, like you said. See if that's true. It's just so much lower that
Sure.
we can't
Major.
ignore that.
Yeah, I've requested that staff keep track of what it actually costs us to do this in-house this time, so that we've got a,
Good
some,
idea, what,
something to measure by in the future. So that, when,
Because, I mean, leading up to the fact that we have 75 circuits that need to be
yeah,
done.
we have a lot of them, right?
yeah.
You know,
This is gonna give us a good indication of, is it worth doing it in-house or should we be
Milwaukee
looking
did
outside?
a whole report on it, and, which is very interesting. I guess we probably need to come up with a plan. I guess I'm toying with the idea of maybe having a consultant come up with a plan for the 75 circuits so that we can see how we can attack this. How much it would cost to do it all, or, Milwaukee's plan, they looked at spending $1 million a year, they looked at spending $2 million a year, how long would it take?
Our company doesn't give us any incentive to change.
Or what, or?
Our company,
Well, with the LED lights, we'll save a lot of money, yeah,
yeah, but I
sure.
mean, are they giving any incentives to do changes like they do to industry?
Don't think so. Focus on energy, there might be something, but,
Why don't we look at that?
um,
And I know they do it for industry. I know where I worked at Oil Gear, we revamped the whole plant and office at practically no cost.
but it's all the wiring too, I mean, that's.
I know we have,
yeah,
I know,
A lot of the,
but anything we
Yeah.
can get from the power company
right,
is
right, okay.
money in our pockets.
So, Pete, mainly all the work gonna be done in-house, I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying,
installations or-
there's 75 circuits, Dave can do one a year, that's gonna take 75 years, so
Well, they
that's-
will be around.
And we're gonna save so much money by doing this that it's
well.
probably worth.
we
looking
may
at
have to then
speeding it
still
up.
bid it out
Yeah.
to outsource
Some of
it,
it.
because he can't do it all.
No.
No,
There are other means too, if, you know, another machine or another
Well,
crew
yeah.
or,
I guess,
Dave was, young, he's the one that's kind of coordinating this the last couple of years and brought this to our attention. We're actually the low pressure sodium, bulbs, we're not finding them anymore.
So
So,
really, you're getting obsolete.
right.
so Dave's
Not surprising.
indicating that supply, we're in a process of trying to buy them all up throughout the country, so we have them.
Have a stockpile of
Right, seriously.
So, so with the city of West Allis, we're one of the few municipalities that actually maintains their own street lighting program.
One of two.
Milwaukee
all
is the other,
Wisconsin, yeah.
Wisconsin.
Nowhere else.
Who else does it for them?
They do it all in-house. We,
I mean, what about Wauwatosa,
they
Waukesha?
all rent from We Energies. So it was a decision that we made in the 50s.
So they
That,
don't,
you know, Kenosha, Racine, Wauwatosa, Waukesha, they all rent their lights from, which is more expensive probably. So we probably chose the cheaper option back then, but,
it's still
but
the
now.
cheaper option now?
I don't know. That's why I was wondering if we needed to look at the long-range
I think we
picture,
do.
yes.
come up with a plan,
Yeah.
and maybe even have a committee of the whole to
We were thinking in
present.
March and April, probably March, to
Probably
come up
April.
and have some options for you folks
Yeah.
to consider with the
Sure.
help of Dave Young.
Yeah, it looks like it's a major undertaking, and I know there's a lot of money to be saved on lighting, so, yeah, absolutely. The
Well,
sooner,
I
the
talked
sooner we
to-
tackle it, the better off we are.
I talked to Milwaukee today. They actually are on like 100 years. They're not going to replace all their lights for 100 years. And he said, you know, they're going to be dark before then.
Oh,
The
yeah.
lights aren't going to last that long.
So we're
So-
in that predicament potentially,
I guess-
areas.
We just need to look at how much it would cost. It's going to be
Well,
multi-millions.
it's great to do it in-house, but do we have the personnel to do
It's
it?
probably too much work to do it all in-house.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's,
It's fine for this year, but going forward, we probably have to do more than one circuit a year. So it's a big problem.
So Dave has calculated approximately 290 miles
Correct.
of cable that we'll have to address or change out from high to low voltage.
and in the long term would be,
Leave it
should
up
be
to
a
you guys
savings,
to
but something
explore
we
all the
gotta
options
kinda,
available, and
gotta look into all the options, really, that'd be a good idea, you know?
All right.
Yeah.
Guess that's it.
Anything else? I think,
move to return.
Second.
people in favors? Aye. David, can
Okay, safety and development meeting will come to order. First item on the agenda is item 21. It's a resolution authorizing the placement of a Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources deed restriction, which will require that Reservoir Park shall not be converted to uses inconsistent with public outdoor recreation without approval of the Department of DNR.
Mr. Chairman, as part of the 70th Street project, McKinley Park is going to be repositioned. We got a grant 20 years ago from DNR as a deed restriction on McKinley Park. To get that removed, they're saying just do some other park projects, and they may or may not require us to put another deed restriction on, we just picked Reservoir, only because it has a $500 million.
Yep.
of
Yeah, we're not doing anything.
Now, they may want also to get
Purpose.
a ball diamond, so that would be over by you, Flint's Park.
Oh, Flint's Park.
So we may do two, or maybe Liberty Heights 3. It's, I don't think we're gonna need any of them. I'm not sure, but at least we got this one. We're still trying to work it out with them, but we hope to close at the end of February, maybe the middle of March. But I thought I'd bring it to your attention now, and if that's okay.
Is there a motion for approval?
so move, Mr. Chair.
Second?
And that would be subject to the approval of the city engineer, city attorney, and if we have to do more, because we give them authority to do some substantive change. Right now, I'm just saying, Reservoir Park. We may do a couple others if DNR requires that.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? carried.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair, who moved and seconded that?
Vitale and Reinke. Then we have items 25 and 26. This is resolution relative to determination of special use for proposed commercial parking lot to replace an existing building at 9422, 9430 West National Avenue. And the permit itself is 26. And this, we'd be recommending it be adopted as amended. The amendment one being that the owner's submittal of ownership list subject to approval by the city attorney. And number two, submittal of a revised site and landscaping plan subject to approval of Director of Public Works.
Development.
Development, I'm sorry, development. So this means that this is for Heartbreakers. And they're tearing down, they want to tear down the building next door. And we had a public hearing on it last time. And there was some concern about the levels. And this would mean that they're going to have a revised site and landscape plan. And that Department of Development's going to have to approve it. And that the city attorney, apparently there's some question of the ownership of that business.
We haven't gotten the right list of names of who's gonna own this parcel. I'm not sure why they haven't gotten that, but that's why we held it 2 weeks ago. It still hasn't got clear, it's getting, it's
So
gonna
nothing
get solved.
happens until they present either, both of these.
Yeah, so the city attorney's gotta approve.
It's approved as
First one, I'll have
amended.
to approve the other one.
Can we also look at the traffic?
Oh, it's going out into National?
Yes,
The city
yes.
engineer has recommended the current plan that we have where they have ingress and egress.
And I can say this, Alderperson Ranky, it's in the 4th District. There's very little traffic coming out of that place during rush hour. The traffic comes out in the evening when people are in there. So it's evening hours, and in evening hours, there isn't that much traffic on National Avenue.
I
So-
would agree with that.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be too much of a problem. If it is a problem, we can always change it.
Special use, so we can
Yep,
change it.
we can change it.
Okay. Thank you.
Is there a motion as amended?
Yeah, make the motion
Well, let's make a motion for the
for
amendments.
the amendment, yes.
You're making a motion to
Yes.
approve the amendments?
Yes.
Any?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Ranky. Any discussion? All in favor on the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carried. Now on the ordinance as amended and placing the special use on file. Is there a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, carried. Then we have items 27, 28, 29, and 30, 31, and 31,
And 32.
and 32.
Mr. Chair,
Sure, but the owner of the property is here if anybody has any questions.
for the
Wait, 27 and 28 is separate.
Yeah.
separate, yes.
That's
So-
the
Unico,
60th
yeah.
Street.
Yeah,
And-
Mr. Chair. Yeah, I would like to, on the special use, I would like to amend that they have to provide security, at the door and insiders as well. Can we do that? An amendment
can-
on
we
that
can-
special use?
We can do that. Alderman Vitale and I agree with you, and I am supportive of granting the special use in
Yes.
this. My only reluctance is Alderman Barzak asked that we hold this until he's at the meeting, and I indicated to him that we would hold it until he is at the next meeting. So, if, in the meantime, if you would write up the appropriate language for Alderman Vitale's proposed amendment, and then we can have it for the next meeting.
We will work with the petitioner so that it's something that he can actually do, but
Yeah.
fulfill what you want, right?
Yes.
We'll
And maybe
coordinate with
yeah,
him.
maybe change the whole thing in here so that.
Whatever it takes to get to
whatever-
what you want,
Yep.
we want to make sure that they know that they're going to have to do it.
Just the, Mr. Chair, the question that I have, as respect to Alderman Barzak, the fact that is that, the people, they invest money with the, lease the place, do some modifications within the establishment, and, so we can hold them hostages, until for another 2 weeks, you know? So, I mean,
I
I mean, that's fine. As respect, you know, for Alderman Barzak, it's fine. We can hold it,
I
you know?
hear your point,
Yeah.
and it's well taken, Alderman Vitale.
Yes.
But I think, in fairness to Alderman
Oh,
Barzak, he asked
that's
at the
great.
last
That's
meeting.
fine. Sure.
That, if he was asking for 2 months or something, I'd say no, but it was for just 2 weeks, so it's
So
not.
we can hold it,
I think
sure.
we can hold it for
Yeah.
2 weeks. And I am supportive of granting the special use.
Yes,
Because I talked to Alderman Shaplitsky, and he is as well.
he's in support.
He is.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Okay. We then move to 29, 30, 31, and 32 on your agenda. This is what we had the public hearing on
Yes.
tonight.
Move for approval, Mr. Chair.
It's been moved for approval.
Second.
That's for all of these. It's been moved by Alderman Kelly, seconded by Alderperson Ranky. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Yep. Well, it's got to be approved by the council yet, final approval, but the committee's acted favorably on it.
Should we stay and listen to that?
If you wish.
That'll happen, yeah, when we go back upstairs, when we reconvene.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Someone's different than everybody else.
Anything else to come before the,
Move to adjourn,
Committee.
Mr. Chair.
is there a second?
Second.
You got advisory,
Favor?
Rosalie,
Aye.
right?
Aye.
Rosalie's got advisory, right?
Carried. That empty building, or the property owners that we.
No,
No,
76.
no, 76, so we had the hearing
Oh,
on.
that was her,
Yeah.
okay. That's at the email?
Yes.
Got it.
No, she didn't send the email, I think one of the neighbors sent the
On
email.
the neighbor's side.
Neighbors
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Neighbor did, yeah, the neighbor
Yeah.
did. You know, I was telling Eric when we were coming in, before I came here around 5 o'clock, I looked the website, that there's Stacy, you know, he's got such racist,
Yeah.
who's that? Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Can't, it's not on